Thank you, thank you. When I was introduced, I was best man 1, but since become best man 2. But my name's Brad. So Wes and I have known each other for a long time, say about 30 years. And the whole time that we've known each other, Wes has always been much louder than me. So we all know Wes has a big personality. And Wes and I became friends in 3rd grade, but it was this big personality of his that made me aware of who he was even before we were friends. Wes gave a legendary performance as a miniature Elvis in a kindergarten talent show that made history at Country Hills and forever made him known as Wesley Presley. So when he and I began to forge a strong partnership on the handball courts of Country Hills Elementary School, I must admit that at first I was a little starstruck. The Wesley Presley, this Country Hills legend, was now my handball partner at recess. And as our partnership was thriving on the courts, we also developed a close friendship off the court. And a few months into our friendship, there were auditions coming up for the annual school talent show, at which Wes was a staple performer. Young Wesley invited me to perform in the talent show with him that year, where we would dance to the song Hippie Hippie Shake, a featured hit on the soundtrack to the movie Cocktail, starring Wes's idol. So, we decided to practice one day after school ahead of auditions. And as Wes turned the music on in his living room and proceeded to dance and twist on tables and chairs, and on the couch, and all over the room with no choreography for me to follow, I realized that 1, I was not going to do the talent show with him. And 2, Wes's real-life persona was just as large as his stage persona. To a certain degree, he was always Wesley Presley, and he still is. For a quiet boy like myself, Wes's larger-than-life attitude was a natural fit for friendship. I never had to talk because he was always talking. And dancing, pretending he was Tom Cruise driving a race car, or singing a Shania Twain song, or trying to be Paul Carrillo playing hockey in his corduroy pants. Our friendship started in elementary school and spanned the formative years of our youth, all the way to adulthood, where we now find ourselves. Still friends after 30 years. And what I learned quickly and have since always known about Wes is that the world is his stage. He went from doing talent shows in elementary school, to punk rock shows in high school, to rock and roll shows for a decade or more in his 20s or 30s, capturing local accolades and pretending to be in Led Zeppelin. He is a born performer, always up for putting on a show. And now he shares this stage with his wife. See, I haven't known Ariel as long as I've known Wes, but as long as I've known her, she too has a big personality. Their love story is a tale as old as time. The guy at the bar with rock and roll dreams falls for the karaoke DJ with the Whitney Houston. Wes and Ariel enjoy living their lives amongst the fruits of their large and outgoing personalities. They have large and thriving social lives. For example, Wes recently dressed up as a Ken doll to see the Barbie movie. They like to sing together, they attend many events, parties, and concerts. Their calendars are constantly full because they're fun and energetic people to be around. They can fill any quiet space and liven up any room. And now we stand with them as they begin their journey together as husband and wife. Some might say marriage is a quieter life, but I say it is a fuller life. For marriage is a commitment to love a person and not a personality. And the fullness of the person to which you're married takes shapes in the days and weeks and years of your married life. Through the ups and downs, among the happiness and excitement, through dullness and despair, you grow closer, forming 2 parts of the same whole. And as we can all acknowledge about ourselves, the fullness of each one of us contains both good and bad. Marriage is that commitment that requires us to accept both sides of our husband or wife. And although you get to know each other prior to marriage, you'll never know someone as fully as you come to know your husband or wife, which is a relationship that can enrich every part of your life. So as you start your life in marriage together, a few bits of advice from me are: show gratitude and kindness to each other, even when you don't feel like it. Forgive each other for the times when you're in a bad mood. Maintain your energy and enthusiasm for life, but prioritize your life together. And go to bed before 10 p.m. whenever possible. Wes, We've been friends for so long that it feels like you're my brother. I love you both. I wish for you a marriage that's long-lasting, full of love, forgiveness, and peace. Cheers.